And I've been reflecting on just some of the themes that were coming up at least last week, and as we shared with one another, and particularly around judgment and negative thinking that comes into um, our lives and our outlook on ourselves and the world around us pretty frequently. And, it also occurred to me that, while in our sort of day to day present moment, we can tend to, be very judgmental and just generally kind of disappointed. Maybe instead of saying negativity, a little more specifically, it's this kind of disappointment, with ourselves, with what's happening. And but then thinking, when we look at our memories of the past, it can often be very, sometimes a bit rosier than it really was. There can kind of be the opposite, of almost remembering the good things, remembering the things that felt good. Not to say we don't have, pain and things in our past that do stand out, but often there can kind of be a kind of quality of choosing the good things that we remember. And so just thinking a little bit about how to bring this into a little bit more balance, where we're a little more willing in the present moment to have this sense of equanimity around, seeing not just where there is suffering and where there is need, where there's disappointment, but also where there is goodness and where there is a sense of wholeness and um, and joy, and being able to hold these two, and then also being willing to look at where we've been stuck in the past, where there has been um, pain or even trauma that we have blocked or repressed, or that we haven't really lived through. So just reflecting on that a bit. And the last Wednesday when we spoke, this idea around action came up, and how does one take action, and how does one not just get kind of, from the perspective of meditation practice, just sort of be in a state of feel good or of passiveness and not willing to take action. And I still really find this fascinating to contemplate, but it does seem to me that, of course, action is required very frequently in the world, but can that come from a place of groundedness, not sort of happy-go-lucky, everything's rosy, but from a grounded sense of goodness and wholeness? So the question being, what is needed? How can we cultivate that in our lives and in our practice? And I believe it comes from this sense of equanimity, of not leaning towards the painful, not leaning towards the happy and feel pleasurable, but to have more of a panoramic way of holding those and being grounded within that, and then letting action and our voice arise from there.